Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know. Gay people and an LGBTQ plus Kiki at 9 in the freaking morning? Well, that's why I'm still in bed. Me? I'm FayWhat? And we're going to have some fun today. We have lots of interesting things to talk about. This program was created by Hotspots Happening Out. The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show. And I'm broadcasting live and also available on demand at your favorite streaming channels. It's Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. In 2025, Hotspots Magazine celebrates 40 years of documenting the LGBTQ plus experience. Happening Out Television Network Queer News Tonight is celebrating 5 years, with 10,000 television stories and more than 10 million views in 2024. We will produce the 25th anniversary of the Stonewall Pride Parade and Festival on June 14th. Then Pride Fest in August. And now we will produce Pride Fort Lauderdale in February. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. So, come on, let's go.
Rainbows, gay boys, hashtag that girl, sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl, the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl, pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl, Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
My ladybug is excited. It's time for a big interview. At the FayWhat Show, we want to introduce you to interesting people who are important to our LGBTQ plus community. This morning, I present to you an interview with one such influential queer trailblazer, Stephen Tendrich. Stephen is the founder and president of the Pink Nail Society. Stephen Tendrich is a passionate community advocate. He has built a reputation as a trusted advisor known for his integrity, commitment, and deep connection to his community. Our community, baby. Through his advocacy for prostate cancer awareness with the Pink Nail Societies, Stephen's journey is a testament to his unwavering dedication to making a positive difference in the lives of others. And we are welcoming him today to the FayWhat Show. You like that? You like that? Yeah. You know, someday I will have like a studio audience, right? But until then, it's okay. We just do it ourselves. We go. Thank you for your jazz hands. So let's begin by telling you that I just want to thank you for all you do. Okay, let's begin there. Cancer sucks. All right. Sure. Cancer sucks. You know, as a cancer survivor myself, the Pink Nail Society jumped out at me and got my attention from day one. You know, painting a pinky one day at a time. I mean, that is just, you know, awesome. Why was starting the Pink Nail Society so important to you?
That's a great question, Faye. Thank you for asking that. It's so important to me because this is for my father, who is a prostate cancer survivor. And, you know, he called me one day and I was bartending in New York. And he said, I don't feel like a man anymore. So what could I do to raise his confidence? I painted my nail pink. I sent him a picture and I said, hey, Dad, I'm still a man with a little nail polish. And it gave him confidence. Right there and then, the Pink Nail Society started.
Oh my God, I love that story.
Thank you.
And what a wonderful reason. I mean, your dad, you know, and kudos to Pops, okay? Pops Tendrich, congratulations on being a survivor,
Yeah.
you know? So, you know, prostate cancer affects many people, and we have pillars in our community who have fought and are presently fighting. Why is there such a stigma still about getting tested?
You know, I firmly believe this. You know, the prostate is a very private part, okay? And men typically don't want to talk about their private parts. Mm-hmm. But it's not just men. It's transgender. It's drag queens. It's anyone with a prostate.
Anyone with a prostate.
I mean, it's real. Cancer sucks, and it's becoming more prevalent.
Yeah.
The more you talk about it, the more comfortable people will feel.
Yeah, yeah. And like I was asking you before the show, like, is it weird of me that I'm surprised at the alarming amount of gay men who usually don't have that much weirdness with butt stuff. Okay, to be clear, we're in family. Okay, we're in family, right? You were telling me that they're of the highest of folks that don't check their prostates out. I mean, my mind is blown with that.
Yeah, it's true. And it's true. And that's why we need more awareness in this situation. And they're focused on other things. And we can't let that happen.
Yeah.
So, we have important people in the community who are being affected with prostate cancer to this day.
Yeah.
And, it may be too late.
It may be too late. When I dealt with my breast cancers, the first thing that my doctors told me was that early detection is everything. You're going to be okay. You're going to be able to stand up and scream to others about getting tested because you caught it early.
Right.
That was my saving grace. And the funniest thing is that I'm vain AF. You guys know that, right? I found out not because I got tested, but because I wanted to get plastic surgery, right?
Oh.
So when they went to go check me thoroughly, they found what they found, That's not the same, that won't be the same thing. You're not going to find a prostate cancer just by going to the doctor and getting a regular checkup. Am I correct?
Correct. You need to urge a doctor to give you a prostate-specific antigens, the PSA exam, and also the digital rectal exam, which is pretty much a finger in your butt.
Okay.
I know massage the prostate and check if there's any abnormalities. So men typically in the age range of 40 to 70 should get screened.
Okay.
And if you have a history of it, even more so.
Exactly. If you have history in your family, if you have any cancer history in your family, how about that? It doesn't just have to be prostate cancer. If you have any history of cancer in your family, you should be checking it out, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
It's not too late to save your prostate.
No, it really isn't. And then there was something that you touched on that's so important, right? Like we keep on, at least I keep on thinking, okay, men, right? Men, you have to go get checked out. My gay boys, you have to go get checked out, right? Allies that we love, you have to go get checked out. But you also stated trans men, you have to be aware of what's going, of what's around you. You should still be checking yourself out. And the thing is that we have such issues with healthcare in our community. Unfortunately, many of us go to places that we shouldn't. I'm going to be straight up with you, right? I have an LGBTQ plus doctor in every facet. My gynecologist, my PCP, my everything is LGBTQ centric and focused on. A lot of people in our community don't have that. And then they tend to go see someone who doesn't understand our community.
Do your homework. Definitely. I totally agree 100%. And that's why you have to stay on top of your health.
Yeah.
You have to. I mean, luckily we work with University of Miami.
Okay. Oh, UM. And they are known. They saved my life. They were the ones who I dealt with my breast cancer.
Wow.
Yes. They're the top of the line when it comes to it.
Right. And, they have this awesome, powerful thing called the Game Changer. So they go around town and then they provide free PSA screenings in that neighborhood, which is what we did at certain events for the Pink Nail Society. And then, we also collaborate with the Prostate Cancer Foundation, which helps us get the message out there.
Yeah. So important. And that's why we're sitting in this bed right now, to get the message out to you, So, my drag queens, all right? I love you guys so much. Get tested out, right? Trans women, right? Get tested out, right? My gay boys, get tested out, right? That early detection is key. So let's talk about something good, something fun, all right? And the reason why you're having your masquerade ball, right? Let's talk about the Pink Nail Society's masquerade in Pink Ball. It's hosted by the amazing Matthew Darren, right?
Yeah.
Sexy ass. That hair of his.
Oh my God. I had hair. That's why I'm wearing it.
I wish I had hair. So when I hug Matthew, right? When I hug Matthew, I always over hug, right? I'm that person that holds on just a little 10 seconds too long, right? And it's just to smell his hair, right? Just,
oh God.
Because it's so silky and soft, and it smells like, a summer's day running through a lavender field.
All right, let's go.
So Matthew is hosting for you, and Kitty Meow is also involved this year as well.
Definitely.
Please tell me in what facet both of them are.
So Matthew Darren is the host, and he's going to be performing a duet also with Eric Restibo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. So Eric is part of the Happening Out Television Network family, and Eric is an incredible singer. If you haven't gone to his karaoke at Tropics, you're missing out. He also has a trivia night at the pub. Eric is everywhere, okay? And like if you've ever watched Dance Moms, if you hear the voice of the announcer during the competitions, it's Eric Restivo. All right, little unknown fact, so you know. But that boy can sing.
Oh, could do it all.
He could sing.
Wow.
And he was like putting that singing, like not away, but like he was doing more hosting stuff and and now like he's doing the singing stuff. So to hear that he's singing with Matthew,
Yeah.
that's going to be incredible.
It'll be an incredible delight. We have, Kitty Meow, we have Jennifer McLean, we have Jesse Smith, we have the Royal Peacock Dancers. And honestly, so grateful for Hunters just allowing us to host the event there.
Yes.
And I couldn't do it without the board members, Eric Schilling, John Gordon, and Wanda Martinez, John Kess. It just wouldn't be the same without them.
Well, and if you kids don't know who John Gordon is, he is like the superstar volunteer of the universe. Okay. Okay. 18 years running.
Still running.
Listen, that boy does it all. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, whenever he gets a spotlight or something like, that it's like, reflecting what an incredible volunteer he is. I'm always the first one to say, oh my God, so deserved. Give him 15 more awards because like when it comes to, there's no shame in his game. He literally volunteers for whoever it is. You know what I mean? Right. From Blockfest to Floatorama to AIDS Walk to everything, he is there, and he has now been appointed to part of your board. Correct?
Yes, he's a secretary.
Wow, look at that! I could totally imagine Gordon with John with his little glasses, going, "Can you repeat that?"
Yeah.
But what an incredible board you have. And that's not, the foundation of a nonprofit is just the reason why it works is when, it's those signs and those ideas from people going, hey, this might work in our community. Let's try this in our community,
Right.
And then to circle in and bring Mark Hunter and Hunters, when Mark was going through his prostate his prostate not ordeal regimen, okay, because he had to go through radiation, he had to go through chemo. Right. He wasn't the only one. He was going through that with a couple of his friends that were keeping it just more secret, and that raised the alarm to me. When someone that is a pillar,
Right.
like Mark, is going through that and then letting us all in on the journey with him. Speaks volumes because that's how you get people tested.
Exactly. One voice, Carrie Benny.
Wow.
And then actually, he spoke at our last event, and then that prompted many men to go get screened on the Game Changer van. It was amazing.
Oh my God. I mean, he's so respected. And you don't know who Mark Hunter is, you must be under a rock. Go look him up. Ballroom dancer. He owns Hunters here in Wilton Manors. He also owns Hunters in Palm Springs. He is an entity in his own self, and I adore him. I love him. So tell us what to expect at your event. Tell us.
So what should you expect? Obviously, Matthew Darren will be performing and hosting, Eric Restibo and Kitty Meow, Jennifer McLean, Jesse Smith, the Royal Peacock Dancers. We have silent auction items. We even have an item from the Hard Rock Hotel.
Oh, don't tell me you've got the stay with the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. One night stay and a dinner for two and the pink amazing guitar.
Oh, listen.
That could be yours.
I try every time first of all, Hard Rock, thank you so much for your support. You are just simply incredible. The Seminole Hard Rock Casino and Hotel in Hollywood, Florida, they are huge allies. They really do support our community. But if you've seen this guitar, it's a huge ass guitar and it's beautiful and it's frilly and they wrap it up all beautifully, right? Good. You get a one night stay at this incredible hotel. So you get like a staycation, right? And since it's out west, you feel like you're somewhere different, right? Definitely. You feel like you're not here.
Yeah.
Their pool is just ridiculous. But their restaurants are another caliber of restaurants. And you get like a $300 gift certificate to like go eat at them, which is just ridiculous.
I might just win it myself. We'll see.
Oh, well, I'm going to be bidding, so you better not outbid me. So do I need a mask?
Yes. We highly recommend you bring a mask and try to incorporate pink and the pink, society ball. Okay. And, it's just you can wear the mask that you hold up with your hand or just put it around your face. Be imaginative, avant-garde, best ballroom attire.
Oh, I got it. Like Met Gala meets Pink Nail Society.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh my God, what am I going to wear? I am thinking big ball gown. I'm thinking, You'll have to see. You'll have to go and find out. All right. Pink, all about pink. So how can folks donate to this incredible cause if they can't get to Hunters on the 27th? Because it's coming up, right? It's February 27th at Hunters nightclub.
Right. And what is it, like 10 more days or something like that? So you can easily go to pinknailsociety.org, or you can go to our link on givebutter.com. Just type in Pink Nail Society and we have a campaign on there. Givebutter.com and just donate right there.
See, there you go. There you go. So your mantra, your mission statement is all about awareness, and more awareness.
Awareness is key.
Do you have any other upcoming events or collaborations coming up for Pink Nail?
So we are working on that, and we're hoping to do an event with UM. And maybe we're even thinking about doing like a tiki party, like a luau again as well. We'll always gonna have an awareness event. Always. So stay tuned.
Good. Yeah. Because, in nonprofit, you are working on your present event, but you're already, it's like chess. Yeah. You're already trying to figure out, okay, let me get sponsors for my next event. How else can I get the awareness out there more and more, right? It's not a one-time thing.
Exactly.
So on a personal note, you and your hubby. Hi, hubby. Hi. Thanks for watching, cutie. Fun fact about Stephen. He loves parakeets. And I laugh because I watched, the birds one too many times. And I'm a little not scared of parakeets. I don't know. There's just something about them that kind of really freaks me out if they're not up in the sky, whatever. So you and your hubby love parakeets. How did that come about?
So funny story. We as a kid, I used to raise parakeets. At one point we had 11 of them. One day I came home, my brother let them all go. Thanks, brother.
Oh my God! But on purpose, was he having a moment?
He was having a moment. He was tired of. I love you, Michael. But he was he didn't want to clean the cage anymore. And I'm I was doing it, So he let them all go, and then I figured, this time we get a parakeet, and it makes me feel so happy. Besides my husband, of course. But it just brings happiness to the house.
But that's something you both share. You didn't force this on your husband, right? I'm asking. Right? I'm asking because my wife tried to force CrossFit on me and I was like, that shit's a cult. Get that shit away from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I also tried to infringe, musicals on her. And she was like, hell no. So,
we love it.
We love it together.
One is Limoncello, the yellow one. The other one is Jupiter. Yeah.
I love that. But that might be the new thing. Gays, we love our dogs, right? Maybe we add a parakeet to the thing, Do they chirp all the time?
Only in the morning and the afternoon, when it's time to mate. Something like that.
Do they make? Okay, can you show me how the noises that they make when they mate?
A new fetish. It's more like quack 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 quack. It's really there's this tweet. It's so crazy. The male's on top of the girl, spreading his wings.
And it goes what? There you go. For all you parakeet lovers out there, if he didn't do it justice, send me yours. Tell me what you think a parakeet mating should sound like. All right. Thank you so much for being on the FayWhat show. Stephen, can you please look into that camera and say, FayWhat?
FayWhat?
Yes. All right. So please follow him on all social media outlets under Stephen Tendrich.
Yes, Stephen Tendrich.
Okay, right? Or you can go Pink Nail Society, and that's Facebook, IG, LinkedIn, everything, right?
Yes. Do you want to paint your nail?
Yes. Yay! Listen, live on the FayWhat show, right? And
oh my God. Okay, I'm going to paint right on top of this.
No, you have to. Go.
Yeah. Ooh. Look how pretty and pink you are.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And folks at home, feel free to paint your pinky pink.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's it.
Paint your pinky pink. Paint your pinky pink. Paint your pinky pink. In solidarity, and send it to me, okay? So important, all right? It only takes one pinky, okay? Not with a long-ass nail like this, okay? Your doctor will not have a long-ass nail like this.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not, all right?
I have issues.
So please support the Pink Nail Society one pinky at a time.
We pinky swear to care.
We pinky swear to care.
And we give prostate cancer the finger.
There's the finger, all right? Thank you so much for being on the FayWhat show. Give me a kiss right there.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we'll be right back.
Now let's kiki about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. I have a sidekick joining me in bed for our segment called Gay Boys Sleep Late. This morning, I'm joined by my gay guy pal, Jamaal L. Starks. He's a model, spiritualist, wellness counselor, part of Queer Yoga Club Miami, and HIV activist with Impulse Group. He also sits on the Men of Color Advisory Board for Viv Healthcare. Let's not forget, because he's sexy as hell, he walks as Sex Siren in the House of Gorgeous Gucci. You can find him on Instagram at Porcelain, PORC3LAIN. Good morning, Jay, and welcome back to my bed, boo. Mwah! How are you, baby? How are you?
I'm good. I'm refreshed.
You are.
Yeah, the sun has come back out. It's
I
been
know,
hot.
I know, right? It's been nice again. And you're all about that. Like, you need like that energy from like the sun.
I was made from the sun. Somebody told me that at the beach the other day. I was like, you're right. I was made from the sun.
Did your parents have sex in the sun?
They probably did.
They probably
no, actually,
did.
it was the back of a car to Purple Rain or something like that.
Tidbits. You know, we should all know where we were made. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So Jay, listen, Impulse Group, right? Miami, you guys are still registering teams for Florida AIDS Walk, right? And
Yes.
you can win Cowboy Carter tickets? Shut up.
Yes,
Wait a minute.
yes,
Wait a minute.
yes,
What?
yes. So the rodeo is coming. All roads lead to the rodeo. Join us on our Instagram. There's a reel with all of the information of how you can register and for the raffle for Florida for Beyonce tickets for Cowboy Carter. You must follow, repost, like, and share the reel that's on our page. Attend an Impulse event or one of Impulse sponsored events. You must register for Florida AIDS Walk, and you must get tested at one of our events. And I might be throwing in some extra gifts on top of that.
Honey, but you're giving Cowboy Carter tickets, okay? Like,
I know,
that
that's a
there,
gift
like,
right
You don't
there.
even need more. Like, for that, like, you know, you have a checklist. You gotta share. You've got to post. You've got to get tested. You've got to do all these things. But those are all attainable things to do. I mean,
Yes.
for tickets, come on.
So I said we were making the people work for them. So wink, wink. While you're working for it, you know, stay tuned to our Impulse page because there might be a few more surprises.
Okay, so follow
Because
Impulse.
We really want to zhuzh up Florida AIDS Walk this year. We have administration that is actively trying to hurt the HIV and AIDS community, and restrict access to resources and funds. So we just really need the community to show up for this
now
one.
more than ever.
Yeah, now more than ever.
Now more than ever.
Yeah.
So we need all those funds. And remember, all the money that each organization is raising, AHF is going to match dollar for dollar. So
Yeah.
that even helps even more, you know?
Yeah.
But let's go to a theme, okay? Because it's Cowboy Carter. So is everybody going to have like the hats and the
Well, we
cowboy
don't-
hats or whatever? You said you're zhuzhing it up.
So there are some things in the work. We actually have a meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
And so there's some things in the works of, you know.
Okay.
you
All
know,
right. Well, stay
tuned.
tuned. Stay tuned. Okay.
Stay
Because I mean,
tuned.
honestly, it's only a couple of weeks away. All
Yeah,
right. So stay
yeah,
tuned.
stay tuned
and
too.
make sure that you follow Impulse Group.
Yes.
You follow Porcelain, so
Yeah.
you can be up to date on what's going on.
Yeah.
Something else that you've got going on. Every Wednesday, you're supporting Chocolate City. Okay.
Yes.
I love Chocolate City Grill. If
Yeah.
you have not been there, kid. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you're gonna be supporting them to meet the Fat Boys.
Yes.
All right.
yes.
Tell me about that.
So there are also another event supported by Impulse Group that you can attend to attain these Cowboy Carter tickets. The Fat Boys, they are a part of Impulse Group as well.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. And so since they are a part, they have now they've started, 2 or 3 weeks ago? They started having a Caribbean party for LGBTQ people. They've gotten a DJ. They're going to have food. They're going to have activities and games. They've already had painting with a twist. They're going to have a singles or friend mix and mingle or match, something to that effect. But we are supporting them, and we ask you to come out and support them as well. They are one of the events that you can attend in order to find out more information of how you can enter for Cowboy Carter tickets.
Okay, and while you're there, have something to eat because again, Chocolate City is like amazing. They had a
Yeah.
meet and and greet last week with
the
with
Valentine. Oh yeah.
They had a meet and greet for Valentine's Day of the cover boys of Hotspots magazine, and it was just so
nice.
amazing.
It was
like
really
just so
nice.
amazing, and the community came together. So follow Chocolate City on social media. You have to follow these people to make sure that you don't miss out on one of these opportunities for you to get these Beyonce tickets.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Friday, you're also supporting Villain Meet Doll Link Up, Miami's girliest drag show.
Yes.
Now, I had never heard of this until you emailed it to me. Tell me.
So I had never heard of this until my fabulous party Carlos with
a K.
yes, who just did Love Burn, introduced this to me. And so Impulse, we are supporting them as well. Every week they have a drag show, and also they watch RuPaul's Drag Race at the Villain Theater. And I have a surprise. We will be bringing in Trinity Cable now.
That's awesome.
It's also another place where you can attain these Cardboard Carter tickets.
Yes.
It's another place where you can attend. You can find out information. There will be an Impulse representative, most likely Carlos or one of my fabulous team members, in order to get you entered into the raffle to sign up. Yeah.
And you get to hang out with Trinity Cable. I mean, come on.
I can't tell you what date yet, but we're going to bring her in.
Well, I mean, you've had a great relationship with her. I
mean,
think.
she's my ex.
Okay, I wasn't blowing up his spot like that. I wasn't blowing up his spot, but I was like, I hope he says it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but I love that you still have this great relationship with her.
Yeah.
And you always mention it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not something that, like, you know, a lot of people have bad blood with their exes.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that you support her
Oh,
and everything that she does.
It's been a road.
So
With
know
any
that,
exes,
right?
It's been a road.
Right, you know?
It's been a road. But shout out to Trinity. We're family now.
Shout out.
Yeah, we
And she's
really
amazing.
support.
And
Yeah.
she's an advocate, and she's just so incredible also.
Yeah.
So in her own right, anything surrounding her, I want to
Yeah.
be a part of. But there's more, because Jay is everywhere, all right? On February 28th, you're going to be at Willie's, which I got to get over to Willie's. I've never been to Willie's, and
It's
I got to get there.
Beautiful bar.
Roger
It's
Lords is
huge.
one of my
Yes.
good friends, and
Mine
he's
too.
you know
Yeah.
the head bartender there, and he's
Yeah.
like such an amazing human. I
Yeah.
love you, Roger, and I've been promising him that I'd get out there. So this might be a great reason to go. Okay, so Willie's Neighborhood Gay Bar, what's gonna happen there?
This is Impulse's exclusive event. So we have a return of my friend Adonis to do a sexy performance. We had him in December for Ho and the Holiday Party. And so those of you, all 456 of you who witnessed that, you can come back to see him again. Also, my house mother, Bella Monet, will be performing, and we will be there. Cowboy Carter.
And guess what? Another opportunity.
Another opportunity for Cowboy Carter tickets.
Listen, we all
And
know.
all of Impulse will be in the building.
Oh, so you know,
yeah.
so it's gonna be the hotness
Yeah.
beyond the hotness there.
Yeah.
You know, let's talk about concerts. Concerts are mad expensive these days. Okay, the
Yeah.
days of like putting your little ducats together and like paying for a ticket are over, right? Like it's very expensive to go
child,
to
I
these
paid
concert
these with
tickets.
Impulse money, and I was like, child, what the? I was sitting there just clicking. I was like,
No, but let's
girl.
say
But
this,
yeah.
okay? Let's say that, you know, Jamaal is an incredible human, and he does not take the fact that he had this money to use, you know, towards these tickets. He doesn't take that lightly, you know? So I
Right.
could see him going, ouch, that's how much this ticket costs, and I gotta buy how many of them? You know, right?
That's what it was. I was just sitting there. I was like, I had a conversation with my team. I said, should we have the nosebleed seats because we're making them work for it, or should I come down a little? So trust me, I got seats that I would purchase I got seats that I would purchase
I
to
love
go
that.
see her. So
I love that.
yeah.
Okay, and you know, it's Queen Bee. And if you weren't busy enough, if Jamaal wasn't busy enough, March 1st, you are going to Amore, Miami.
Yes,
Tell me
Amore,
about Amore,
Miami.
Miami.
The dungeon is back. Shout out to Brandon Sanders. He has been my friend for a very long time. We're putting together a dungeon party for Winterfest.
Ooh, okay.
So Winter Party is that weekend.
Yes.
So this will be like a nice, sexy adult time.
You had me at Dungeon. Where
Yeah.
is this place?
Wynwood,
Okay.
right around the corner
Okay,
from
okay.
Willie's and our house.
Okay.
So it's right in the same neighborhood, Amore, Miami. It's going to be a fun time. We have strippers, we have dancers that are all coming out, and
Guess what?
Cowboy Carter.
Cowboy Carter!
I'll be
Your
there
chance.
in something sexy.
Your chance.
But if you see me, know that Cowboy Carter tickets are in my hand and they can be yours if you are following, if you sign up for Florida AIDS Walk. We want everybody to register for Florida AIDS Walk. We want the whole community show out.
Yep.
And we will be announcing the first set. You hear that? The first set of winners. The first set of winners.
Okay, did you hear that? That means
At
that there's
Florida
more than
AIDS
one.
Walk.
Okay. Oh, wow.
At Florida AIDS Walk. So you have to be at Florida AIDS Walk
Okay.
in order to get the tickets.
I love that. When is the
Yeah.
concert? When?
So I purchased the concert for July 16th.
Okay.
I mean, June 16th. I'm sorry. Excuse
Pride
me.
Month. It's so perfect for
Yeah,
that
June
month
16th
for
in
Beyonce to
Atlanta.
be here. Oh, so
Yeah, I
great.
purchased the Atlanta tickets. And if she announces more, if she announces Miami, I'm going to purchase those as well.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
fantastic. What an incredible opportunity. All right. So I tell you again, make sure that you follow Porcelain, make sure that you follow Viv, make sure that you follow Impulse, make sure you follow Chocolate City, make sure you follow all
Fat
these
Boys. Yeah.
Willies. Okay.
And
follow Willies.
also today, just announced, you can go February 22nd to Crandon Park with the House of Trouble. Shout out to the House of Trouble.
House of Trouble.
And guess what? Cowboy Carter tickets. Another chance. Another chance
All right.
for Cowboy Carter tickets. They just messaged me. I just reposted it on my reel. And so February 22nd, Crandon Park with House of Trouble.
House of Trouble is so talented too. They have a great time. They put on great events. Again, these are all people that you should be supporting, and Cowboy Carter. So this is an important conversation for our LGBTQ community. Help us tell these important stories, okay, by liking and subscribing to the FayWhat Show to support our community. It is very important for you to share these important stories to your friends and family. Let's talk about Black History Month and the intersections of people of color and LGBTQ+. My gay guy pal, Jamaal Starks, joined me to talk about an important moment in our history. You know, every year in February, we honor Black History Month, which was founded by the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, ASALH. ASALH was founded in 1915 by Dr. Carter G. Woodson with a mission to promote, research, preserve, interpret, and disseminate information about Black history, about Black life, history, and culture to the global community. We share in ASALH's own words why Black History Month is so important. They say, quote, "Let us think of Black History Month as the way our nation honors its greatest moments and greatest people. Let us appreciate Black History Month in a similar way, as when our government sets aside a month or day, thereby giving it a special meaning for all Americans. No one should think that Black history is confined to the month of February, when evidence to the contrary appears everywhere and every month. Black History Month is not a token. It is a special tribute, a time of acknowledgement, reflection, and inspiration that comes to life in real and ongoing activities throughout the year. Just as the work of legacy builders, Ujima Men's, Viv, all the organizations that Jamal's a part of, steadily brings both racial pride and the centrality of race and the Black experience to us all. Black History Month, too, is a powerful symbolic celebration, and symbols always stand for something bigger. In our case, the important role of Black history in pursuit of racial justice and equality. So today and all year, we honor Black History Month and all whose shoulders we stand on daily. Say the names. Some Black historic LGBTQ+ figures: William Dorsey, Swan, Alan Leroy Locke, Lucy Hicks Anderson, Bessie Smith, Gladys Bentley, Baird Rustin, Marsha P. Johnson, Dr. Danny Scarborough, Marlon Riggs, Sylvester, Black non-binary trailblazers, B. Hawk Snipes, Dee Dee Nicole Smith, Milan Garcon, India Moore, Mari Raja, Salima Turner, Shea Coulee, Bob the Drag Queen, Shamir, Akwaki Emezi, Amandia Stedberg. Happy Black History Month. Black History Month must never, ever be erased. What did you think?
That was beautiful.
You think so?
I was so
Okay.
happy to see some of my people on there.
Well, I mean, it's important, and I feel that we're being so erased at every corner, LGBTQ as a whole, but Black History Month even more so. I mean, like when they had announced a couple of years back that they weren't going to teach Black History Month in schools, you remember us being like beside ourselves.
Yeah.
And it was just the freaking beginning.
Yeah, yeah. We said that, what, on the queer table?
Yes.
At the news?
Yes,
Yeah.
like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
Jamal. And here
now
we
it's-
are.
Now it's serious with them erasing DI measures and programs and acknowledging, even acknowledging Black History Month in the federal government's programs. I mean, this. Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
You know, I didn't mention Impulse Group, which I should have mentioned as well. I mean, how does, first of all, February is the shortest month of the year. Okay. And it's like, you know, when we were celebrating History Month to the fullest degree, it still felt unjust that it was just February. You know what I mean? I mean, and now with the current government that we have and the ability that people feel they have to be freaking racist.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You
Yeah.
know, people before were hiding their racism. I mean, that's the only way I could think about it, because it's not new that people are racist. I just think that people now have the ability or the support to do it out in public.
But we had that before when he was elected. Between 2016 to 2020, you know, racial tensions were extremely high. That was the time of the police shootings,
George Floyd's,
and it led us right into a pandemic. You know, the world was quite chaotic those years leading up to 2020. I think what happens is, you know, whatever power dynamics essentially live in the executive branch of the White House, it gives people a representation to believe, you know, oh, well, at this time the Democrats are there, so I'll be more PC, you know, I'll mask right now. It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It just makes them go, oh, well, I'll bite my tongue because I may lose my job, you know. But now with all of these procedures being done away with, now it's like, okay, all right, I can call you the N-word and I'm not going to lose my job.
Oh my God.
I mean, remember back in the day, it would be social media. People would film people being racist or being stupid ass wipes, and then they'd send it to their company, or they find their company and they dox, you know, and then the person get fired. There's repercussions. But now there are no repercussions.
None. There were
you know?
discrimination orders. Like, you could not do that. You could not be discriminated against because of the color of your skin. And now that's basically erased from most workplaces.
Yeah. And actually, if people think it's not real, I got an insider tip for a job. My brother was like, "Oh, this job is opening. It's friend of friend, da da da." And the CEO literally said, "No gay people." And it's on the internal document.
Oh my God! Wow.
It's on the internal document. It says no gays. No gays.
Wow.
He would not hire any gay.
And he was allowed to
And
do
he's
that.
allowed to
And he
do
was
that.
allowed to do that.
He's allowed to do
You
that.
know, like,
it's okay.
I mean, how far are we from, you know, it wasn't here not here, South Florida, okay? Miami had water fountains that could not be drunk from anybody that was Cuban at a certain time, okay? There were signs on doors that would say no Cubans allowed to eat here, right? You know, Black folks obviously dealt with the same thing. We forget those times, you know, like we forget how that divide was implemented and people went along with it. Like it was okay to do that.
We're doomed to repeat the history that's forgotten. And I mean, that saying is so cliche, it's overused, but it's actually true. It's true because, you know, it's called hypernormalization. It's the same way that Hitler came to power. You just normalize things until, and you normalize it amongst those who they deem are weakest among you. So right now it's the gay, well, it's the trans. Trans people it's an outright, shout out to Hope Giselle. Trans people are literally under the gun.
The biggest target.
The biggest target right now.
Yep.
And soon it's coming for, you know, now it's LGBTQ folks who are living with HIV and AIDS or who want preventative care when it comes down to being a sexy, healthy adult and having sexual practices that are healthy. So now it's there. But who cares? You know, you
Yeah.
go out and you can run in the middle of the street right now and say they're forcing trans people in Florida jails to detransition. Everybody keep walking around.
They don't care.
I gotta walk my dog. I
Yeah.
gotta go to work.
Yeah.
Child, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
And so that's how it happens. That's how it starts. And you know, Florida is the breeding ground and the testing ground. We were tested in 2020. We were tested during the first Trump administration. We have been tested and tested and tested and tested. And guess what? It passes because before Florida was extremely liberal. Now the propaganda machine. We groom kids, all of those things. We need to pull the books out of the. It has worked. It has worked. We live now in a Florida. We live in a bubble here in South Florida, but we live in a Florida that once you step outside of these protective, bubbly, gay walls and liberal walls,
You're under attack.
you're under attack.
You're under attack. Like, you know, I have trans siblings that were once afraid to just drive up to Tallahassee for an event. And now they just refuse to, they're afraid for their safety, and who can blame them? It starts with one. I mean, you've all seen the memes. It starts with one, and then they come for the rest of us, So it's like, if you ain't black or brown and you're like, oh, that doesn't affect me, it affects you. It affects all of us. And by the time you notice it affects you, it'll be too late.
It'll be too late.
So on this Black History Month, first of all, it should be Black History Month all year round. You should always take notice. And, we stand on the shoulders of so many Black Americans, okay? Because it's American history, all right, that people tend to forget. So, but it's Black History Month, and I beg you to do something, anything it is, right? Maybe it's donate to a BIPOC cause. Maybe it's, February 28th, we're trying to do something where we don't spend any money, right? Where we are not going to spend a dime. That day, you go to a Black owned and operated place and you go spend your money there, or you go to a gay place or an LGBTQ owned and operated place on that day. You're allowed to spend money there, okay?
Right.
And maybe that's all you do, right? Maybe you're not up to going to volunteer at one of these places. Maybe you're not there yet. Fine. Hide behind your computer and send your money in. I'm okay with that. It's still a step towards the right direction.
Yeah. We have to do something.
We have to do something. So this is an important conversation for our LGBTQ plus community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to the FayWhat Show. To support our community, it is very important to share these important stories to your friends and family. Let's Kiki on this interesting story. So Laverne Cox, she refuses to be silenced by Trump's anti-trans policies. Despite considering leaving the U.S. after his election, Cox now urges resilience and emphasizes the power of community, joy, and love. She told Pink News, quote, "I'm not a victim and I refuse to be a victim. All my girlfriends, we hang out, we have community, we support each other, and we lift each other up." Watch this.
A victim, and I refuse to be a victim in this circumstance. None of this should be surprising to us. This is what the conservative movement has wanted to do in this country for decades. We must not catastrophize. We must remember we've been here before. As trans people, our identities have been criminalized, and we found ways to have community, to have joy, and to be ourselves. They told us they were going to do this. They're doing it, and accept that. And now what? And the now what for me are all my girlfriends. We hang out and we have community and we support each other and we lift each other up. And that's what queer and trans people have been doing since we've existed. And that, in the face of this catastrophe, even as they pass law, and we can't do anything about the laws. They don't listen to the people anyway, but we can love each other. We can form communities. We can make those communities bigger and stronger and even more fortified. Maybe we can even get together a cohesive strategy to fight this stuff. It is what it is. It's happening. Now what? I refuse to be a victim. We must refuse to be victimized by this.
Yes, Laverne Cox stands strong. I refuse to be a victim. What are we all talking about? What do you think?
I love Laverne, and I love exactly what she's saying. Build community, love on each other, because that's what I've been saying. We just had Queer Yoga Club on Saturday, and I always lead the conversation. And the last few conversations since after the election have been around the same thing. People are scared. People are, rightfully so. They have their fears. They have their worries. And I've been telling them the same thing Laverne has been telling them. I've been saying, you know what, find your joy, find your community, and don't waver from it. Focus on that. Use it as a carrot stick as you walk forward. Just that is, my joy is in front of me. And when something impedes that joy, knock it the fuck down.
And that's it. And that's it. And it takes all of that, but it made me feel good that Laverne is like the rest of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she said, I thought about leaving this country, right? And, a lot of people don't speak their truth like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is that Laverne has more means to leave this country than I do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yet she's like, no, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying here with my girls. We're going to support each other.
Mm-hmm.
We've been like, her voice is so needed right now, right? Like, does that make sense?
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. Even her sitcom is so needed
Clean
right
Slate.
now. Clean Slate on Amazon Prime. With George Wallace, the likes of George Wallace, an iconic comedian in the Black community, like the figure of like fatherhood, and he's actually a very clean comedian, kind of like that Bill Cosby era. It reminds me of that. And for him to and for them to collaborate on this, it's very campy, it's really corny, but I love the corniness of it, and I love the way that they're infusing this and humanizing everything, normalizing it the same way that they're hyper normalizing all of this, the same way we should be hyper normalizing the conversations, even the jabs that they have, like the comedic timing of them is so. Like I was, while I was watching, I was like, well, I wasn't expecting that.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yes.
I was
100%. I'm with Jay on this one. Like it's lighthearted. It's not going to be there telling us all the things that are happening in the trans community and to the trans community, right? But it still hits on, coming out to your family and coming back to a place that maybe, didn't support you initially. And how are they going to take this change? And, it still hits on those parts, right? They don't hide away from it, but in a light manner and a campy manner. You know what I mean? There's some cheesiness to it, but you're there for it, right?
Yeah.
Like you want to be there for it.
I think internally we want to invite these things back into our lives. I think we really want to invite some lightheartedness, some campy, some corny, some funny. We don't want to be bogged down with
and crying.
With the thing. Yeah, I know.
And I'm a little ashamed because I automatically expected it. Okay, it's a Black or a brown sitcom, so you're gonna get the pushback. You're gonna get the dad being mean, the dad being ugly, right? And I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'm ready for that because I don't want her character to go through that, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't.
It did not happen. It did. I was waiting for it too. And I was like, it's not happening. And I'm so thankful because in 2020, when I sat down with myself, I was watching like a lot of programming. We watched a lot of fucking TV back in 2020.
Yeah.
But when I was watching a lot of programming, I remember having a lot of conversations with a lot of Black people. And we were like, where's the joy? Where do we see ourselves in joy? I'm so tired of seeing a slave movie. I'm so tired of seeing a traumatic, so-and-so got shot over here.
Yeah.
And I'm just tired of seeing those things. Where is the lighthearted Black joy films? And Spirit was listening because we have things like Clean Slate. And then on top of that is Harlem with Megan Good.
Oh, I love Harlem. Oh, I love it. And also Captain America.
Captain America. Just
that broke
out.
all kinds of freaking records over the weekend. #1 movie. Okay?
And I just see a lot of Black joy or joy in general being like Harlem moved toward, like the last episode was Black joy.
Yeah.
And then she moved into this new season focusing on her joy.
Yes.
And so because that's what we need to come back to.
That's what we need to. And to all those people who hate us, that is how we get them, is to see them show our joy, and be out there, It wasn't a form of joy, but like the halftime show, Kendrick Lamar, you know what I mean, was Black beautiful right there in your face. You didn't understand what the hell he was saying? Well, go freaking get the cliff notes of it. Go get the lyrics and educate yourself, okay? But it was Black beautifulness at its best, and you're gonna see it, with Serena and everything. You know what I mean?
It was just like, bum.
We need that.
Yeah, we need that. We need a lot of that. We really do.
You
to
know?
drown out the noise.
People think of us as angry. We are effing angry, and we have every right to be angry, right? But we need this joy. We need this fun. We need this humor.
Yeah.
We need to smile also.
Yeah.
So this is an important conversation for our LGBTQ plus community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and sharing The FayWhat Show. Here at The FayWhat Show, we gotta help my gay boys. I love my gay boys. And in our segment called Dear FayWhat, I provide my expert lesbian knowledge and my vast experience as a living, breathing gay boy in a lesbian's body to help my fellow gay boys. This week, it was Only Once, I Promise, sent me an email, all right? Dear FayWhat, I recently hooked up with a Trump supporter. Oh, God. I travel a lot for work and was in a much more conservative area than where I currently live. I knew his political leanings, it was on his profile, but I still went through with it. Honestly, I was lonely, he was hot, and politics never came up. He was actually pretty nice, and we had a good time. That said, I did have to compartmentalize and force myself not to think about the political stuff. Now, I feel guilty and confused. The old me would never have done this and probably would judge someone else for it. I don't support Trump and think his supporters are wrong, especially when so much of what he believes goes against their own interest. I haven't told my friends. They'd give me so much shit and maybe even call it a betrayal. But I also don't regret it because I genuinely enjoyed myself. Was I disloyal to myself and my community? And should I hand over my gay card? Or is it okay to see people as more than their politics? Signed, it was only once, I promise. Well, okay. So, dear, it was only once, I promise. No one's snatching away your gay card anytime soon, unless you decide to switch teams because of his dick. And even then, who's judging, okay? There's no single way to be queer. Like any community, we're a very diverse group with different values, beliefs, and priorities. Hooking up is often more about physical connection and momentary escape than deep alignment of all your ideals. I think it's okay, okay? I am not going to take away your gay card. Don't do it again, though. What do you think, Jay?
So you came to a spiritual consultant.
So
I guess I could use some of my experiences.
Please.
I fucked around and found out. I fucked around and found out. So what does that mean in my book? I've had a it's only once type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I always like Impulse Group was made because we want people to think about their impulses. Like just have all the information before you do the do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had healthy, sexy adult fun, but when it comes down to like ideals, what if I slept with a racist? And I have.
What?
Right, I have. Way back in the day.
Okay. And did you beat him up, call you master? What are you talking about? No, nothing like that.
No, nothing like that.
No.
I did beat him, which was fun. That was like a Dom thing, but also he was experiencing pleasure, and I was like, I don't really like this. So it kind of like it played on my spirit, like what this person is saying. Like it's playing on your spirit, your conscience. Like we say, your conscience.
Yeah.
After you do the do with someone, I think in this hookup culture, we don't think about all of the things that come with this is an entire human being. It's sometimes physical connection, but also you can compartmentalize it as physical connection. But this is an entire human being with a whole lot of shit and a whole lot of stuff that comes with them.
Yeah,
you're taking on that when you're
being intimate with somebody.
Intimate with someone.
Yeah,
you come to a vulnerable state. It does not matter if it was. It doesn't matter what it was. You two are exchanging energy.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you're exchanging energy. If you're okay with sleeping with a Trump supporter and you're in a girl and he was hot, then so be it.
Yeah.
Okay. Give yourself some grace because you made the conscious decision to do it.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, if you know you can't handle these things, if the old you would never, well then maybe the old you was a better version. The old
Of
you
the
was
new
sitting there
you.
like, girl,
Yeah.
this ain't
This ain't
this
it.
ain't it.
This
This
ain't
ain't
it.
it.
Yeah.
This ain't it. You'll get better pleasure. I've always realized like I have better sex and better pleasure with those people who would just align with me and
Yeah,
fuck
and the
with me,
energies
and the
are
energy
aligned
is
and everything.
aligned,
And like, you know,
yeah.
and there's I get it. Like we all had that ex that we have like that angry sex with and it's freaking amazing, right? This ain't that, right?
No,
Like,
no,
you
no,
know,
no. That's not the same. It's
this
not the
ain't
same.
that. Like you're, you know, like Jay said, like you're mixing sweat, you're mixing bodily fluids, you're mixing energy, you're at your most vulnerable at that moment. You know what I mean? Like, and you're in that with this person who has voted against you. You know what I mean? Has voted for your people.
Not
to,
only
you know,
that,
like,
you're in a conservative town, and he's probably just the nicest racist in the town. So you got the hot, nice racist who is probably going to do God knows what, is probably supportive Chick-fil-A, who probably runs back and
Yeah.
does, you know, does all kind of crap behind
Yes.
your back.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
but so you mixed energy with that person. Oh, I slept with the nicest racist in Bumblefuck, Kentucky. You know,
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah.
what it is. But if you're cool with it, because a lot of people are actually cool with.
We're just separating the sex. It was sex.
That
and
was
that's
sex
that,
and that's
whatever.
that.
I'm done.
But clearly, this is on your conscience,
yeah,
and
if
you
you
wrote
said
it.
it,
You wrote it in. It's a fact.
Exactly. So it's on your conscience. So why do it again? You know what I mean? Like I slept with a girl once who said she wasn't gay. Okay, and would say all these kind of horrible things about our community and say all these horrible things about lesbians, right? And I could just tell that she was giving me the look and that look, and you just knew. So I banged the crap out of her on purpose with the intention, right? Like I'm gonna bang the gay into you. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna let
like,
you know.
like you're never gonna forget this night. You know what I mean?
And she probably has never.
And has
forgotten
never
that.
forgotten that night, you know? And so, but that was intentional. Okay. And it's like, I knew what she believed in. You know what I
That's
mean?
the thing. Yeah,
That's different.
That's different. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Okay.
I'm very intentional, you know? He was a racist. I beat his ass with a belt, you know?
Listen, okay? So, fool, it is all okay, honey. It's all okay. Just, like I said, don't do it again. It makes you feel that kind of way. Trust your inner instinct, right? We have that sixth sense for a reason. Like Jay said, if it bothered you enough to send in this email, why put yourself through that? All right. You know, there are people who are less evil right around here that you could sleep with.
Or
all
you
right?
could have waited till you got home.
You know what I
Got you a
mean?
little
Just say.
boo-boo.
Just say. So keep those emails coming at FayWhat@happeningout.com. We love to help you on Dear FayWhat. Let me remind you that the Hotspots Happening Out nonprofit travel club is planning an amazing Florida AIDS Walk cruise on November 2nd from Miami. The 3-day cruise is on the gigantic 170,000-ton MSC Seascape and starts at just $199. It supports some of the most important LGBTQ plus nonprofits in South Florida. Special parties, events, and even a 3-day open bar and Wi-Fi package are available for just $68. And that's unlimited cocktails, beer and wine, sodas, coffee, and bottled water, and Wi-Fi for just $68 for all 3 days. This is the only cruise like it in 2025. Join us at Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission for the LGBTQ plus community. you know that we plan to be out and about, and by out, I mean real out. Day out. All right, so let's look at our week ahead. So, folks, I'm going to be going to the Celebrity Lip Sync Battle benefiting Florida AIDS Walk at Hunter's Nightclub February 25th, okay? And they've been having it for a bunch of years. You've gone, I've gone. I love when they do this because, like, people in our community go up there and they lip sync and they put on a whole entire show, right? They've asked me to do it a couple times, and I did it the first year with Tony, and that's the only time I would do it.
I was about to say, are you going to do it this year?
Hell no. I can't sing and I can't dance. And I know it's lip sync, but, like, you know, I would always want to give the song justice. You know what I mean? I'm just afraid.
You have to do a ballad and emote. So that's the secret behind it. Yes. And just a ballad.
Like, oh, that's a good idea.
And then
I love
every
that.
riff you just.
Oh, I love that. And then I'll try to channel Tiffany Fantasia. You know, when Tiffany does that, she'll be like,
yeah.
oh my God, maybe that's what I'll do. That's a good idea for maybe next year. But go on out and join us, okay? It's going to be at Hunter's Nightclub. It is a fundraiser. It's going to be fantastic. And all these community leaders come and they support and they support and they support and they also entertain. It's a great time. Nicole Hollowell is your host, and that girl is funny AF. Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. So Jay, also your weekend is full of stuff too, because you're going to be full of sensual
vinyasa.
Tell us.
Yes. Flow with me with cosmic sounds and immersions on Friday. What is this? February 21st?
Yeah.
February 21st at 7:45 p.m. at Miami Life Center, Saturday at 11:30 a.m. at Miami Life Center, or Sunday at the rooftop of Love Life Cafe in Wynwood at 10 a.m. I do my sensual vinyasa flow. It's all about coming back to your body, getting into your body, trusting your body, listening to your body, breathing into your body, all about the body.
Yeah, listening to your body. That right there is so important, all right? You got to shut this up to listen to the body.
Yeah.
And that's easier said than done, right? And so Jamaal, like, talks you and walks you through a way to be able to do that. Sometimes it's not quick, right? But you'll get there, you know? And it's just that monkey mind, like, does not want you to listen, you know? And it could be something so minuscule as like a calf or something that might pop up during this. And you're like, wow, I didn't know that I needed to really think about that.
You know how many people have cried in my class, and I know why they're crying. They're like, something opened, and like I've had a few where I've been in yoga and like my hip goes, ooh, and it opens a little more, and I start like tears just start flowing, and I'm just like, oh, I didn't know my hips have been locked up like that, or something cricks like. And it's like a release, and it feels like, and it's like a thought with that release happens, like, I didn't know that all that was in there.
Yes.
And then so when you start releasing all of that, you're like, and that's why people walk out of yoga and they're just like, we call it yoga high. And they're just like, I needed that so much because it was locked in your body.
So you got to get there and leave everything at the door. Try your best to leave everything at the door.
Oh, no, you got to leave it in my class. Trust me.
You know. Sensual Vinyasa Yoga Flow with Cosmic Sound Immersion at Miami Life Center Friday night, Saturday morning, then Sunday morning with a rooftop at Love Life Cafe in Wynwood. Oh, they've got such yummy food too there.
Yeah, they do. It's all vegan, but their food is so delicious.
It's delicious.
It's really good.
Thank you, Jamaal L. Starks, for being in bed with me. I love you, baby.
I love you too.
And I will see you soon.
Yes.
Cowboy Carter!
Beyonce tickets!
Beyonce tickets, bitch!
Wednesdays, Fridays, February 28th, March 1st, and Florida AIDS Walk. Be there.
Or be square. I can't believe I said that.
Outside of the rodeo. You're going to be out of the rodeo.
That's it. Hee-yah! Yeah, that is an important conversation for our LGBTQ plus community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to The FayWhat Show. So that's it. That's The FayWhat Show. I hope you had fun. Thank you so much to Jamaal Starks for being in bed with me. I love him. He is just the sweetest. I just want to eat him. Well, he probably won't let me eat him. But you know what I mean. Like, he's just... And just his spirit, right? Like, you feel it, right? I also got to say thank you to Stephen Tendrich from Pink Nail Society also for joining me in bed. And make sure that you go on out to his gala or support the Pink Nail Society, all right? So I'm really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ plus community. I gotta tell you, sometimes it's hard for us girls, but if we believe we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q+. We open every show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore and That Girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ+ community. I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity because it really is what makes us so damn strong. Until then, make sure you follow me on all social media outlets, Facebook, IG, Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube. You know the drill. Follow FayWhat. Until next Tuesday, world, at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand. I'm FayWhat, and I'm #thatgirl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Stay gay.
Rainbows, gay boys, #that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #that girl. Pride-filled, tea dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too?